columnist Christopher Gasper of the Boston Globe thinks there may be a rift developing between Red Sox manager Bobby Valentine and GM Ben Cherington over the composition of the roster. I'll tell you why you should come down on the side of the manager in this argument. Hey everybody, it's Paulie. Welcome back to This Week in Red, where we're talking all things Red Sox and Major League Baseball. So a recent column ran in the Boston Globe by Christopher Gasper that suggested that there may be some differences of opinion between Sox GM Ben Cherington and manager Bobby Valentine over the composition of the roster. In particular, he focused on two areas: the conversion of Daniel Bard from a reliever to a starting pitcher, and Jose Iglesias possibly becoming the starting shortstop of the team. Cherrington pretty much wants the opposite of Valentine in both cases. He wants Bard converted from a reliever to a starter. It was part of his centerpiece plan for the starting rotation in the offseason. He'd like Valentine to see that through and fully convert Bard to a starter. He'd also like Iglesias to return to the minor leagues for more seasoning. Valentine is the opposite on this. He's a little bit lukewarm about Bard as a starting pitcher. I think he kind of prefers to keep him in the bullpen, something I've been advocating all since last season when this idea was first floated by Cherrington. And as far as Iglesias, if you look back at some of the clips I did, I also said that I thought he was the surprise guy of spring training. I thought Iglesias would be the sleeper of camp and had a chance to win the shortstop job. And I think Valentine wants this guy to be a shortstop, and Cherrington and management want Iglesias to go back to Pawtucket for more seasoning. But look, no matter what happens here, as fans, even as much as I don't like Bobby Valentine, I think when it comes to on-the-field stuff, you have to trust your manager. If Valentine thinks Bard's better as a reliever and he's more comfortable with Iglesias as a defensive presence at shortstop, then Valentine should be making that decision, not the GM. I know we live in an era of Moneyball where GMs wield a lot of influence. We know Theo Epstein wielded a lot of influence over the Red Sox and that Francona was just there to kind of manage personalities and wasn't a strong presence. Well, the Red Sox went out and hired a strong personality in Valentine. And if they didn't expect him to want to leave his imprint on the roster, then they shouldn't have hired him in the first place. Again, I'm no fan of Bobby Valentine, but he is the manager. He's here now, and it's up to us as fans to support this guy and the decisions that he makes that he thinks are best for his roster and for the Red Sox going forward in 2012. So Sox fans, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Should we support Valentine in this argument, or would you take GM Ben Cherington's side? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red.